I want to talk about the importance of having a trainer or a coach or a guru, as they say. Do you have a coach right now or a nutritionist that you work with?
At this level, I don't need a coach or anything. I mean, you know, I had Charles Glass before, but more so, I mean, you know, training partners are more crucial than me, than coaches. So, you know, having Rico and Chris, they were really the nucleus of getting down in the gym and everything. And obviously, Charles was an assistant and having a nutrition chat back then. Yeah, I was a beginner then, so it was a great part of me learning. I mean, I had Neil, you know, Spruce. I had Joe McNeil as my trainers and coaches. But at the beginning, of course, you need someone to be able to learn from.
Right, right. Now, how do you feel about some of the criticism that these coaches or gurus are getting nowadays? I mean, we'll bring up Sean Ray in this conversation a lot of times, but like, you know, he recently, again, started criticizing one of the coaches, I think of Dallas, his name is Chad.
And I don't think for 2 seconds that a guy that happens to become a friend that gives advice on what things a professional bodybuilder or even an amateur bodybuilder should put in their body qualifies as a guru. There's no educational degree, once again. So you don't go to the guy that changes the oil in your car and ask him to remove a cavity in your mouth. Okay, so I just think that a guru needs to have some accountability.
Sean Ray is one of the guys who actually never utilized a coach or a nutritionist or anything like that, so I can see his point. You know, but I mean, Chad helped me tremendously through my career. He was a great asset to my team. I had a nucleus of people on my team to be able to help me get to the next level. But, you know, one thing that's different about Chad is that he always taught me that I need to learn my body more than he knows. Unless I educate myself about my body and how it works, he couldn't help me. I think sometimes, or a lot of times with these quote-unquote gurus or coaches, they latch on to someone that they know who has tremendous capability and genetics. Again, I advise anyone to utilize anyone that they feel can help them get to the next level, but there is a huge difference between that person having a team, an arsenal of people that they can pick and choose knowledge from versus someone saying that they made someone into a champion.
How much responsibility should that guru take if the client doesn't perform well, or if, let's say, a client ends up, for whatever reason, following the instructions and then getting hurt, you know, health-wise? Should they be held responsible for some of that?
My thing is this: when I give, I only give information based on my experience and my knowledge. I feel that the athlete needs to always be in charge, and always at the end of the day, that athlete has to take responsibility for himself or whatever that person tells him. You know, if that person is telling them something that they're not comfortable with, they need to speak up. You accepted that, to take those things. Come on, man, use your common sense. You know, educate yourself about this. But at the end of the day, it's the athlete's responsibility. Listen, I can be in a room full of cocaine addicts. It's my choice if I want to join them or not. But at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your health, and you need to be in control of that.
Let's say you're blessed with genetics, you know what I'm saying? You're just a blessed guy, you have genetics, you know how to get gains, you know what I'm saying? And you just hire a guy to take you to that, you pay him a lot of money, and like you don't believe in that, right? You can't do that.
No, not even doctors. I mean, I question my doctors now because, you know, unfortunately, I've had a lot of doctors over my career, but, you know, some of the more honest doctors, they're honest with me. They tell me sometimes we just don't know. So I question them. What's the side effect of that pill? Is there any other alternative? Can I do something natural? You know, is there another way around this? So I question them. I'm responsible if I choose to move forward and take the drug or not. A lot of the times doctors suggest things that I'm going to take, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. You got to be in control at the end of the day, and you got to be wise enough and comfortable enough with yourself to say no sometimes, or no, I'm not going to do that. No, you know, so at the end of the day, no matter what, that person needs to be in charge.
Did it happen to you? Did you ever fall out with one of your coaches before, like because you didn't want to just follow what they were saying, you didn't agree with it?
No, not at all. I mean, you know, working with Charles, you know, it was me, Rico, and Chris. I was always a leader. We always said, oh, no, I don't want to do that movement. No, I don't like that movement, Charles. Let's try another.
A lot of people right now, they sell coaching plans online, right? If you're just a consumer, you know what I mean? If you're just a guy who wants to, or a girl who wants to get in shape, right? Would you recommend going those ways of hiring the online coach and getting online plans? What do you think about that?
Great. So you got to be responsible. I mean, that's like saying just because something on a website is true. But the other part is there's a lot of imposters. There's a lot of liars. There's a lot of cheats. Just as much as there's internet tough guys who aren't really tough. Listen, I got to be honest. Just because you look great, you have a great physique, don't mean you know how to help somebody else get there. So a lot of people will look at a person and talk, wow, you're great, I want you to train me. That don't mean that person knows how to get there. And, you know, I got to be honest, just because you didn't turn pro or you don't look great, don't actually mean that you don't have the knowledge to help somebody else.
Generation Iron 2, coming soon.